The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome to another Surviving Saturday here on The Den. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Now, just to kind of lay things out here right at the start of the stream, right? Ooh. Give me just 1 second here. Had to turn things up for rivals, and I forgot to turn them back down just a wee bit. All right. So just to lay things out, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play around for a little bit first, right? And then we are going to get into the... I think I'll go ahead and do the live review of the Albaneve summits. I'm going to kind of be engaging with a couple things for it here right at the start of the stream as we're playing before we get into that. And then after I do the live day in the life review of the Albaneve summits of Update 4, basically, we're going to cover what's new with Update 5. So, yeah, that's just basically the layout. Booting up Enshrouded right now. Hope everybody's having a good morning. My dumb butt. There we go. I didn't bring up my chat window. I'm so smart. Alright. What are you doing, chat box? You keep flashing white at me. What are you doing? Alright, now let me... And Miss Macabre says howdy in the chat. So, okay, it is working. Awesome. He kept flashing white at me. Doesn't do that. Like, I had the chat window up and then it kept, like, flashing white like it was a white screen, like it wasn't loading or something. Don't know. But we are just waiting on Enshrouded to finish its pre-processing here. Which... it's taken longer than usual. Must be because of the new update. But while that's loading up, hope everybody's having a good morning. I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in for the Friday night rival stream where I was pretty much just doing like all competitive. Things were going, you know, up and down, up and down. They were going okay, making slow progress. And then we get to the end of the night and someone quits out the game on the other team when my team is winning, and then I get thrown into a game where my team just gave up round 2. That was a wonderful way to end the night. Went on a bit of a rant about how I didn't really like that. I was a bit salty about it because there's no recourse for players when they get cheated out of rank like that. Like there's no recourse. We don't know who quit. We don't even see the game pop up in our history. Oh, I'm wondering, about to say, do we get some new musics? Do we get some new musics? But no. But yeah, it's just kind of a crappy way to have your night end, right? But that was last night. Thank you all again for tuning in for that. I did kind of talk about how some things were going to be going today last night. Laid out things right at the beginning of the stream there. And let's make sure that we've got things to where others can join in if they want to. I'm going to go ahead and throw the password in the chat. I got to remember to actually do that periodically. Alright. So first we're just going to kind of be playing around a bit here. I do have something to show off. The base is almost complete. And that did not pop up last time. Okay, finally. Alright, so something I'm going to be talking about with the... What happened there? What? What happened there? I didn't do this. That's not in my base area. What happened there? Okay. Anyways. Weirdness. Weirdness. We'll blame it on the new update. That's what we'll do. We'll say it's the update's fault. Excuse me, sir. I saw one of you. Wait. Why does the grass look weird? Oh, there you are. Goodbye, my good sir. And I hear your buddies. It would be rude to not include them. It'd be really rude to not include them. Let's make sure we're inclusive to everybody here. Right, what? A door? Now there's string down here. There's usually cloth right there. A door? They put a door down here now. Okay. Okay, you can't just run through the... You can't just run through the blight pustules. You just gotta... Okay, they got a door. Changes, folks. Changes. Now I'm going to have to say that over there is a part of it because also... Well, no, I expanded the base. That's why this didn't come back. Okay. But it looks like that is still outside the base a wee bit. So I don't know. My flint deposit right by my base is gone. And then after, what was it, update 4? Fiber. Yes. This is different. They've updated the terrain. That's what this is. They've updated the terrain. Because I was about to say, I don't usually have this gnarled hill right here. So I wonder what else is updated. Things are looking funky. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. None of those changed. Quality, balance. Hard performance. Balanced. Well, things are looking a bit different. Well, I'm going... Oh, the red mushrooms. Penny bun. What? I feel like the door was originally there when I first visited it. Maybe it restored it after an update. I'm not sure, though. Well, when I started playing Miss Macabre says she didn't do it. No, I don't think you did it, Miss Macabre. Looking around at all of the terrain, our rocks and dirt hills look a bit different. This is... Do you do this? Do you do this, doggo? I didn't do this. Okay, they updated the terrain is what it is. Yeah, because we've got, yeah. The bushes. Oh, hey, that's our stick bushes now. Okay. Penny bun. What is penny bun? Or are red mushrooms no longer called red mushrooms and they're now called penny buns, maybe? Okay, let's look at the old long keep. They've updated, yes, I've got vines. Okay. Basic layout's the same. This rubble is not exactly the way it used to be. Okay. Things look a bit different. They just made things look a bit different. Yes, I see you. Yeah, this area right here, the terrain is... Yeah, they just updated the terrain. They did like a big terrain update. I am liking it to a certain degree, though, because I don't remember all these vines and ferns being here. Okay, that's still tar. They took my chest! And there was a bed up here, too. The bed's no longer up here, either. Anyways, doesn't really matter. I don't use it anyway. Okay. Okay. Did these guys get updated? I don't remember these guys looking like this. Nice. Okay, yes. Yes, these hills are different. These hills are different, but that's okay. Anyways, that was a major distraction from just seeing this. Which I'm trying to understand, like, how did the hill just like get cut in half? Cause this hill used to just slope down into my base. Now it's like somebody reached down with a knife and just cut it. Wait, are you not glowing blue no more? Maybe it's because it's not nighttime. I don't know. Okay. Anywho, the original plan before that distraction. Yeah, my ridge line looks different. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to a better den. Okay. Can't see my fence as well. But here we have, starting out when you first come in, this is just where I've been storing people's beds. Work around to not necessarily have to deal with the worst part of Update 4. Which is not bad in and of itself, but just how they make you engage with it. No, it's not sprinkled with cat hair yet. I'm working on it, Balthazar. Oh no. No. Why are you putting UI puke on our screen? But anyways, here we have Balthazar's house. He has his little alchemist shop and crafting stations. And then as we come in a little further, we have the normal den over here, the regular den that you're used to. Not a whole lot has changed in here just yet, decoration-wise. It will be, but it hasn't just yet. So, you know, it's pretty usual to what you're used to, but we still got the tavern here. I'm trying to think of how I can incorporate like Emily's house into the tavern somehow. Planting some stuff. Cleared out all of the, I don't know how this is here, I gotta fill that in, but cleared out all the extra bushes and whatnot. And when I did that, I discovered, or I'm just now discovering that the terrain change has now got part of my place floating, because it wasn't doing that before. But now we come over here to the new additions. I have removed the extra part of the crafting house area since people have to have their own beds and shelters and whatnot. And now Athelin is out here with all of her stuff, and I need to make a little area over here where I can put down some like tables and other stuff and then put out her cooking fire again, or a second one, something like decoration, because, oh hey, that door looks better. That door looks the same. The wood texture on the outside looks the same. That door looks different. Okay. So the basic wood doors look better now. They look better. They look better. But this is basically going to be Athelin and Valerie's house. Got to decorate it up a wee bit, you know, some stuff. And we've got our cooking fire in here with stuff that we will probably need. That is not a red mushroom. But yes, Miss Macabre built this house, and I think she did a wonderful job with it. It's a nice little place with its own cooking place and chimney. And I tried to help out by making as deep of a hole in there as I could, but it doesn't go all the way down. And then the last thing we have over here is Mr. Crowley's shack with a bunch of holes in it. All through the roof, bum, 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 bum. And some of the walls, too. Yes, this is Mr. Crowley's house. I do not have a Cyclops display place yet, but I need to do that. Yeah, that's definitely different looking. But yes, got some trees that we've planted around the crafting. Like, the whole crafting shack is now just like a place for, Oswald and, Cade. And now I got a quest from Cade. Into the new year. It's a new year, a fresh start, and I've been thinking, wouldn't it be nice to celebrate while we can? Once I knew this trader who'd come by the low metals, May. She had a lot of decorations for the Lunar New Year. Her route was always the same. I wonder what happened to her.
I'll be here.
Oh. Alright. So now, hey, this table looks better too. Hey, I guess they just made the basic wood stuff look better. But what do we got here? A year has passed since the first of your kind awoke, and my power has grown thanks to you. Our lights dance in unison, bound together through a joyous pact. This calls for an anniversary celebration. Venture forth to find attire befitting such an event. Oh yeah. Things look different. Ah, what? What if I turn up the sharpness? Ooh. Really? Really now? There we go. They still do glow blue. Okay, why do things look so bad all of a sudden? Don't like not having a render distance. But okay, I don't know. It looks different. Maybe it doesn't look bad. Maybe it just looks different, and I'm not used to different. Maybe that's what it is. But anywho, that is the den. As we have arranged it, now one more house needs to be built for Emily. And I'm thinking I'm gonna like build a little something over here. I don't know. I might take out this window, or I might not that window. Thinking I might take out like part of this wall right here to put in a doorway under the stairs. So basically, she would come in here and cook and run the tavern, and Valerie would entertain, and you know, that'd be the little community here, right? Yes, I gotta finish moving. Got one more place left. But that's basically the plan for here, and then I'm gonna make a different looking base in another location with berry bushes look different too. Gotcha. For the other souls that we have been saving and rescuing. Now I've got to do some terrain modification around here too. Like that used to touch. That used to touch like right in there. Oh, give me my reticle. There we go. Okay, like right in there. They used to touch, and now there's a gap, and that is getting to me. And why have you been saying compiling shaders like 37% the entire time I've been in here? You compiled the shaders before I ever hopped in. There's some wonky stuff going on, chat. Always some wonky stuff after an update. Always, always. Never fails. But let's go get some sleeps here. Come on, daytime. I'm looking almost straight north. I wonder if that's right here, maybe. But anywho, we got some new quests. I was gonna go get some pets, but cat search. Aha! Oh, down in the shroud, huh? Let's warp, skip, hop, jump on over here. Mine did the compiling shaders thing forever one day too, and I just hopped in and kind of sat at the base for a while. Good to know it wasn't just a me thing. Was thinking it was my laptop. No, it's not. It's not. I have never really seen that down at the bottom of my screen before, and if I have, it... King. King. Something's happened, and it's very visually off-putting. I don't know if it's just the shaders like loading in so slowly. I don't know if that's what's doing it, but there is something. There is something. There's something going on. But I do like all the extra foliage. It'd be nice if we had an option to turn some of it down, maybe, because I'm thinking that all the extra visuals is what's making this compiling shaders thing stick around. Okay, so now we got to get down to there. Set as waypoints. And I'm carrying a whole bunch of stuff on me that I shouldn't be. But it's okay. It's gonna be okay. So where are you at? Where are you at? Oh my gosh. Stuff used to fade in smoothly. Now I'm getting... What's up? What's up? Ah, missed. Okay, just a bunch of... We'll just take it all for right now. Yeah, we'll just take it all. Icons have changed. Well, don't just hiss at me. If you're gonna do something, do something. And I am low on shroud liquid, so this kind of works out. Cool, yeah, awesome. Now. Okay, we'll keep... Oh, that is not at all what I told you to do, game. That is not at all what I told you to do. There you go. Flint arrow... Mei Yin Chen, the Lunar New Year trader. Okay. Oh, I unlocked her. Okay. So it's another soul I have. Okay, so what is this? Are we close by? We are close by. Okay, good thing I did not hop down there. Hey, bug. Aha, bridge. Hey, how's it going? Just taking a stroll through the shroud, chat. Hey, that was not nice. Yeah, let's take it all. Okay, now what did I get from that? I wasn't paying attention because he came up. Just nothing? Nothing to pick up? Stone, Okay. So, back to what we were doing. Alright, looks like we need to just go a little bit further down the road here. Stoopy-doo-bop-bop. Just remember, you guys wanted that. Just remember that. You guys want it. So this is what luminous growth looks like now, huh? Or mycelium? Oh, that's just a big clump of mycelium. Okay. Okay. Weird. New. Okay. Or if it's not new, I haven't ever seen it before. Which is, I guess, possible. So that's just a big old clump of mycelium down there now. Okay. Okay. Okay, so where is this at? Closing in. Netherton. Good morning, Netherton. I hope everybody hasn't fallen to shambles so far this morning. Not funny. Off the ladder. A little chest. Cool. Okay, I've already been here, because that is not new. Okay, and boop. Bad bugs. Okay. I am here. I forgot what I was doing. I like that. It's nice. Okay, we are... reach the location above. Okay. Okay, so location above. Location reached. Ah, a new temple ruin. We got a location discovered. What's up, homie? What's up, homies? Wait. Is that a trick wall? Yes. Okay, I'm sorry guys. I gotta break this, and I don't want to hurt you while I do it, so. Awesome. Thank you. Ooh, wee, ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's not go falling off any more stuff, more cat now, right? So we got a little temple dungeon here with some spooters. Cool. We'll get some loot. Looks like they got some bone piles you could harvest up if you need some bones. Okay. Nope. Okay. Oh, I guess I was supposed to grapple. Aha! Okay, anywho. Oh, it's one I gotta go press. Gotcha. Oh. Okay. Spooters. I don't want to hurt you, but these guys might make me. Oh, I don't want to hurt my spooters. I don't want to hurt my spooter buds. Where are you going? Oh, there's another one, huh? Oh, you just did not take a swap at my spooters. Oh, there's two of you? Okay. There. I hope you're happy. Leave my spooters alone. Alright. Oh, we got a flame-packed hat, boots, vest, gloves, and pants. Alrighty. Let's go back to base. Alright, chat, let's see what we got. Let's get in a good spot here where we can really kind of show off. Yeah, that's got us a good view. And then let's hide the HUD. And come over here to our cosmetic tab. And here is the New Year's outfit. I'm not much on the hat. Maybe if it was arranged differently I would be, but I'm liking the rest of it. Very nice. Kind of like a musketeers looking sort of thing. Although with the, let's see how bad this looks. Yeah, it looks terrible. But that's why we can hide the hat. Oh, speaking of hiding the hat. Well, I don't want to exit and then reload. I am worried things will look kind of not as good. See, things look fine now. Things look good, things look fine. I guess it was because of all that weird shader cache loading thing. But that is the new outfit and a new quest that I didn't even know I had. So that's pretty interesting. Sorry about that. Yeah, things look. I'm missing some stuff. feel like I should be seeing some stuff that I usually see in terms of like foliage and stuff on the ground that I'm not seeing over here, and I kind of feel that way up over here too. And that does not look as detailed as I feel like I'm used to seeing that being a little more detailed. So it's not even like a far range. It's not even like a long range or a close range kind of thing. I would have to say it's more of like a mid-ground, like a midfield area. Because I would put that tower over there as like, that's a long ways off, right? The Flame Sanctum where we were, which that place is really big for what we have access to. But anyways, that there seems like it's closer, of course, than the tower. So I feel like it should be a little bit more detailed, kind of like what I'm seeing down below. Like I feel like I can see lines and striations that would like indicate bricks and stones. And when I'm looking up at that, maybe it's just my eyes. I don't feel like I see that. It's like see like right there, there's a line, and it comes over, and it comes up, and then you got another line, and then you got another little line up in there, so you're seeing a big brick with a smaller brick on top of it. Up there, I feel like I'm just looking at flat gray outside of like where the structure juts out, kind of like at the top of these pillars. And now we're still compiling shaders? Keen, what happened, man? What happened? I don't know. They got a wee bit of optimization to do. They got a wee bit of optimization to do. Of course, that's not unusual after a new update, especially when you're like adding in new textures and stuff. And well, they are obviously have added in a lot of new textures. Like I feel like I'm seeing textures and other stuff on armor that I'm not used to seeing. Like they kind of improve the textures a bit. And then of course we've been going around looking at the structures and the doors. So probably just with that, they need to kind of go back over, do like a little optimization pass, and that'll probably fix everything. I would dare say. What? I don't remember that. I might need to change some of my roofs to granite. Yeah, I might need to change that to granite or to something else. And, you know, I might be able to come back over and do straw instead of thatch for his roof. I don't know if that would look better or worse, but... Anywho, how's it going, Athlin? I'm sorry, I just pushed you. I didn't mean to. Alrighty. Pet a goat. What do I need for goat bait? I needed something I didn't have, right? Ah, here's our baits. Yak. Dune armadillo food bait. Dog. Fey deer, cat, hop hare, goat. I thought I made some goat. Yak, flatless red tail, cat. Okay. Well. So that's once they're tamed. Okay. Whoa. Climbing roses? Overgrowth. Oh. Ah. Yeah, we got some new options. Oh, I can now make all the gnomes. Penny bun is new. Fertilized farm soil. Okay, the overgrowth thing looks to be about the only thing new. And they improved some of the icons. Again, it looks. Purple berry cake. I do not remember this. I got some cakes we can make. Okay.
Don't overwork yourself.
Yeah, we are gonna want you there. Okay. No, I did make goat food bait. It's right there. Cool. Cool. So the yak I don't necessarily need to worry about. No, I didn't make any dog food. I was thinking about it, but I didn't. Okay. Dog food bait. I got distracted by this. Mycelium overgrowth? Flax overgrowth? Cool, got some new stuff.
Take it easy.
Oh, I need to grill. I need to grill the penny bun. So what does penny bun do? +1 intelligence. Wait a second. Okay, all red mushrooms are now penny bun. All red mushrooms are now penny bun. Okay. Duly noted. Duly noted. What's up, Hop Hair? Forgot to grab those. Okay, no, you are not lootable. What's up, Hop Hair? Yeah, the overgrowth, I'm gonna have to say, is gonna need an optimization pass. I love it, but it's wreaking some havoc. And I think I've already got one of you. Might give you to the mage. Let's go ahead and do that. Got plenty. I need to put some trees up around the den. I need kind of more foliage. Leather and hardened leather, I'm gonna guess. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Nothing. And nothing. Okay. Ooh, I hadn't looked at my steel arrows yet. Let's go ahead and do that.
Never look back.
Okay. So, leather and then hardened leather. And then let's dump off everything else we can. We'll get rid of you. Warm padding is what needs to go there, so I will place hold with you. Dump off the rest of our stuffs. Got plenty of you. I didn't even grill the penny bun. And we are stocked on you for the moment. Now, where was I putting my spare arrows? There they are. Okay, there's our dog food bait. There's that. There's that. What was right there? I don't know. I'll figure it out later. That way so we don't use up all of our good stuff. Which I've got more than enough of. Yes, I have learned a valuable lesson in Enshrouded, chat. Decorating the wall with a crap ton of weapons is not decorating. I learned that. Promise I did. Why did I come to this chest for? I'm losing my mind, chat. I'm losing my mind. I'm going places and I'm doing things and I don't even know what I'm doing. Yes. That's Ring of Mana. So you can go to the wizard. And you two will go to the wizard. And the rest of it's mine. Okay, Sir Mage, you are starting to stack up some stuff in your mailbox. I'll give you a potion. Okay, now let's go grill these penny bun, like was the initial plan. Penny bun. I don't know, chat. What do you think? Red mushrooms, penny bun. What do you like more? Oh, I've already got to grill to penny bun. Aha! And these are not as big as they were. Okay. Come on, chat. Throw something up there for me. What do you guys like more? Penny bun or red mushrooms? Oh, I don't need to grill that one. Loaded mine up, and it's just now at 63% compiling shaders. This is from when it started last. Oh, so it's just like a running. Okay. That's weird. How does it remember how much of the shaders you already compiled? Bit of a weird though. No! I took my string. I feel like the dark is a bit. I feel like the dark's a bit darker. Oh, hey, did they fix my flare arrows? And, oh, cool. I'm no longer carrying these around for no purpose. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Keen. Thank you. Oh, it even adds like a little smoke effect. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Nice touch. Kind of unnecessary in terms of just performance demands, but a nice touch nonetheless. I don't know why I'm grabbing fireflies. It's just shiny stuff, and I'm running through the dark, and I see shiny stuff. Oh, this is cool. These things glow now on the ground in the show. Okay. 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 Okay, Keen. Okay. Oh, I ran right by where I need to put the fireflies. Now this grass, though. Things were looking a bit more mowed. Keen, if you put in a tool that allows us to trim the grass back, I swear to God. I like wild grass, but I also like cut grass. But yeah, if King goes as far as like, oh hey, now you can trim your grass, it's just gonna be like a swear King. Just we're getting into feature creep at that point. Okay, now what did I need these grilled penny buns for? It was with you, wasn't it, Emily? Yes, grilled penny bun and goo, so I can make the overgrowth tool.
Stay safe, friend.
It's a hammer. It looks like the hammer model has been improved, but it's a hammer. Well, that hammer is having the time of its life, isn't it? Wait, what is that? Oh, that's the edge of my base. Okay. Okay. So, looks maybe like a placeholder icon. I don't want to say it is a placeholder icon because I see leaves and stuff, so... But yeah, got a new tool there. Now, let me see here. These pillars right here. Bushes, medium shape, big shape. Okay. Missing overgrowth materials from the farmer. Oh, I see. It's like a little magical swirl around my hand. First person, it looks like a hammer. Okay, overgrowth materials, overgrowth materials. I need some flax. Okay, and it makes 100. So we'll make one. I have no clue how many it's gonna take. Nope, we want to keep you, put you up. Okay, yes, this right here, this little green swirl around my hand. This is the overgrowth tool. Now, when we come into first person, okay, it no longer looks like a hammer. It just took it a second. It's basically just a modified hammer texture. But anywho. Skaboosh. Skaboosh, chat. Skaboosh. We can put vines and stuff on the walls now. Look at this. Look at this. Who's excited about this? Oh, remember the wooden trim I was missing the last time that I complained about? It's showing back up now. Ah. Miss Macabre liked the red mushrooms from before. I did like the texture from before, like the way the model looked. Penny Bun doesn't look bad. But I kind of like the trio of them instead of just the one. Now that's something that, you know, they could come back and be like, boom, you got a trio of Penny Bun mushrooms now, right? So that's not a big deal, but I like the little grouping of them as opposed to the singular one. And that's just a personal preference thing. And I might have to make some more of these so I can cover my last pillar. Alright, so let's grab some flax. And I think we'll just need to make dose. Mr. Crowley. Oh, I like the targeter too. It slides around. I like it. This is definitely a nice addition. And I'm guessing this came in update 5, which I haven't gone over the notes for just yet. Okay, so it doesn't really do a whole lot. Why aren't you letting me build? What do you mean not enough free space? Like, how do I have enough free space behind a chest, but I don't have enough free space anywhere on an... Oh, I do, right there. Okay, so... But I don't have enough free space anywhere else on this pillar. Is it because of you? Anyways. But that is some of the stuff you can do, at least one of the things you can do with the new overgrowth tool. So that is definitely awesome. I'm running out of room again. Just to get kind of prepped for what's coming here. Well, I guess I don't really need the... Alright, well, I'm going to take a quick break before we get into doing the review for the Albaneve summits, for the update 4, what it brought, and then we'll cover update 5, and we're going to see what more it's going to be bringing. Oh, Miss Macabre posted up several things here real quick. Saw some stuff marked as new. Wall mounts for... Cade. 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 What size is this? This is a small chest. Offers increased storage space for items. Okay, so it's... Okay. I like that. It looks like the chest we can find out in the world. That's pretty cool. It's nice. I like that. Now, Cade. 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 Thank you, Keen. I'm not sure why these weren't here the first time, but thank you. Thank you very much. Railings. We got oh, well, those might not be new. Those might just be something I haven't looked at yet. Yeah, we're gonna have to get into beautifying stuff. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to, because I feel like they've added in some stuff. Well, some of this is probably because I unlocked steel recently with the ability to make steel bars. Yeah, we'll just leave you right there. Okay, but with the ability to unlock steel bars, because I got the big old blast furnace now. Yeah. But, alright. We got wall mounts for daggers and bows. Yeah, no longer do I have to be like, oh, let me find a place, a little table to put down my daggers. No, I can just hang them on the walls. And my bows, I don't have to like, oh, let me strategically position my bows around here on their stands. Okay, for a second there, I couldn't tell if that goat was dead or not. Come on, shaders. Finish compiling for me. Finish compiling for me, shaders. A little jerky. Okay, that's more afraid than shocked. Okay, I can go. I can do that. Thumbs up. Gotcha. A point. Gotcha. Okay. And the usual sit. Well, chat, I am going to take a quick break here before we get into the reviews and going over the news and stuff, and then we'll be wrapping up the stream. It was kind of cool to play around a little bit, see some of the new stuff, the Lunar New Year stuff, so pretty awesome. Okay, yeah, see, over there at the tower, I can't tell, like, bricks. So maybe that technically isn't a far distance. And that's just extremely far. Don't know. Oh, hey, my tree jump sprouted up there a little bit. Cool. I'll take it. I forget where I planted the other ones. Oh, there's one back over there and one back over there. But we will listen to the sound of the rain. I will be right back, chat. Well, here in a few minutes, got to go grab some caffeine and take a quick bathroom break. I am back. My texture is locked to performance and I can't change it. And I feel like my game looks crappy as a result now when it didn't before. I'm glad you said that, Miss Macabre. Because me personally here, I'm wanting to say it looks worse than what it did. But at the same time, I don't know, like when I was recording for the A Week in Life and the Day in the Life, I was running two separate programs. One of those programs started not to work at all with Enshrouded. And, well, I had some issues where, like, textures in the foreground wouldn't render in all the way or wouldn't render in the way they were supposed to. But I'm more willing to attribute that to the fact that I was running a few programs in the background. Like, right now, for me to say whether it's truly bad or not, I would need to end the stream and kind of run around and play around for a while. Because OBS could be, it running too could be causing some issues. Not major performance issues like crashes or anything, but little graphical issues. And that's because, you're running separate programs. Now, if it was, say, like if I was, say, running like a dual tower PC build, say I was like running OBS off of one tower, and then the game off another, I would expect not to see some issues, but running everything off the one tower, I do expect to see some little graphical issues here and there throughout pretty much every game I play, because, well, if I'm recording with OBS at the same time I'm playing the game, I just kind of expect a, slight performance dip just because you're running multiple programs. But, yeah. I don't know. Well, actually, let me turn my HUD back on. Okay, I do not have the loading shaders thing. So, I don't know. But you say that your texture is locked to performance. Okay. Yours still looks better than mine. I'm sorry. Yours still looks better than mine. I did a screenshot of the new mushrooms to compare with the old ones in a former screenshot. I'll show you the two later. Okay. Well, while I am on stream, Miss Macabre, I'm on balance. Let's give it a minute here. Let's run around. Okay, so I am now on performance, Miss Macabre, and I am not on quality. How does this look compared to what you're used to? Like, I know you're in a different place, like you're in your base, probably, right? And I'm in mine. But how does what you're seeing right now look in comparison to what you're seeing on your laptop? Because I swapped to performance from quality. I'll give it just a minute. Crack open my caffeine here. Get my go juice. Now you're getting kind of a zoom in. I do like how when you sit still for a minute, things do zoom in. Of course, as soon as you press a button, it zooms back out. But Miss Macabre, like, what do you think? And while I'm waiting on a reply for her, if you're wanting to jump in, skadoosh, feel free to jump on in. I'm getting ready to kick off the live A Day in the Life review of Update 4. I will completely agree with you, Miss Macabre. Like, at a distance, like, I'm seeing stuff that's not even connected to things. It's just kind of floating in the background, and I can tell there's going to be some pop in, like, when I start to move in that direction. Like, if you look at the sand hill, the desert hill up over the roof of my house, you can see some of the stuff I'm talking about. You see, like, little textures kind of floating. You can tell there's going to be trees there, but it's not rendering in everything. And then if you look to the left, let me rotate here. If you look above my head at, like, the hill above my head in the background, it's behind the two trees, you can see that ground texture is not even loading in all the way at that distance. And before the most recent update, before things look different, I'm guessing they did some graphical updates and whatnot, that did not look like that. That did not look like it was not rendered in all the way at that distance. So, with graphical updates, I am kind of, I don't know, that right there above my head, that hill. Well, I don't have my HUD on, so you can't see where I'm aiming, but right above my head, I don't know. I things look off. I kind of want to say they look worse, but I don't know if that thing I'm looking at right there and then all those trees, they're not rendered in up all the way over there over the roof of my house now. And then that stuff you see up over that way, you can see some stuff floating up over the roof. That makes me like say that things look off, right? Like things definitely look off. Things do not look quite right, but at the same time, I'm not sure if that's OBS or if that's this new update and all of its stuff. Now, let me swap away from performance here. Let's go all the way back to quality. We'll skip over balanced. And I'm still seeing that. Things do look better on quality. I'm not sure, Miss Macabre. I'm not sure. Now, you did send me some screenshots, so... Oh. Okay. Yeah, chat. Yeah, chat. Like, her face doesn't even look the same between those two screenshots. Can I make this bigger? Yeah, I can. Okay, so here we're getting a good shot of what she saw before this last update, right? This is kind of what she's used to seeing, I guess. I can see the rumpled on the mushrooms, the little trios of them. The scarecrow doesn't look the greatest, but you can still see texture on his arms and then down around the bottom. And his face still looks like it has texture. So let's close that and then open this one. Okay, so there are little groups of the mushrooms where you had them planted before, but you do not look as defined, and this gnome over here to me does not look as defined. But the thing that catches my attention the most, which is what I'm noticing, is the foliage looks bad. Like just to plain say it looks bad. It doesn't look as good as it used to. I feel like that even in my game. I don't know. For right now, I'm going to have to write this kind of stuff off as it's a new update. It was a prior shot from November. Okay, so it was after update 4 went live. So it was after the Albaneve summits were in the game, but it was before this most recent update, the Pact of the Flame. Well, we're going to be looking at what all came in the Pact of the Flame after we do this live review. But this live review, last time I did one, I kind of cut it out and made it its own separate video. I might do that. My plan for right now is to leave this live review in the stream, and I'm going to do a breakout video of when we're talking about the new updates and stuff. That's the plan. I might make the live review like, hey, here's what update 4 was. Was it a good update? Here's what it brings. Here's what it does. Here's how it improves and evolves the game. I might make that a separate video, but that is not the plan at the moment. But let me bounce over here. I'll swap that to that. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, where'd it go? Crap. I want to be there. Alright. Stop that. We'll make a separate recording so it's not one big long one. Okay, give me just a minute to do my nervous BS before I start recording something here. Give me just a second. Alright, and mark. Welcome back to the den. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the A Day in the Life review of Enshrouded's update for the Albaneve summits. Now, Morcat, usually when you do a live review, or not a live review, usually when you're doing A Day in the Life review, you are reviewing a huge chunk of the game. You're reviewing a large portion of the game. Well, the Albaneve summits, right around in here, is where we used to be able to go up to our early access area. We could go up into the Blackmire area, but then we have this like wall that we can't go by, and even if you get up around this area and you were to get up onto the rocks and try to push northward, I want to say it was around right about in here was where I was able to get before you would hit the early access wall to the Albaneve summits area. Now, the Albaneve summits goes from about halfway up the map on this right side, and it extends all the way up. You can see a marker here. It extends all the way up into this area, and as best as I know, it goes up towards the edge of the map. Now, Update 4 brought a lot of other things, not just a huge expansion to the map. Of course, a huge expansion to the map is a really good thing. It also brought several new enemy types to existing enemy factions. It brought a new enemy faction that had they do fire damage, right? They have different kinds of attacks, and they are not the usual scavengers that we are used to fighting. They're also not like the Vuka either. And there's some dudes down this hill I can show you. But one of the first things you will notice here is that we are now in a snowy area, and I have a timer up here with a little snowflake symbol. I'm starting to get this little ice effect around the edge of my map. Now, this area, Albaneve Summits, introduced basically the freezing element to the game, right? It is a survival mechanic that we now have to engage with. We have a limited amount of time in super cold areas, and we have to use things that have frost resistance, as you can see as the third stat on my chest piece here, the Alpine Antler chest. It's a piece of gear that's designed for this area. It has cold resistance, and you have other things that you can do as well. You have rings that also provide cold resistance, and as you bump up your cold resistance, and you'll be able to see this in live time, as I use this particular item, a pocket heater, it increases your frost resistance. So I now have a frost resistance of 15 total, and this gives me 22 minutes and 20 seconds left in a frost zone, in a super snowy, super cold zone. Now, this doesn't look super snowy, right? Yeah, we got some snow mixed in with the textures, but it doesn't look truly snowy, right? What mainly is making it look snowy right now is there's some white in the textures, and I got all this frost stuff around me. Well, not exactly. We've encountered mud and tar before in Enshrouded. We have tar up in the Murkmire area. You got mud all over in the Revelwood, but now in Albaneve Summits, we have to go trudging through snow. Trudging through the snow does slow our movement. Increasing frost resistance does not increase our ability to move through the snow. It slows you down. And when you jump out, you can see the snow sticking around my feet, very similar to mud or tar if you jump into those. Now, this area has done a lot. The Albaneve Summits has done a lot in terms of increasing the survival aspect of Enshrouded. I wouldn't call Enshrouded a survival game previously, and a piece of evidence of that you can see on my screen, and you have been able to see on my screen since I started this review. Well, if I was out of the way here, you'd be able to see it. You can see in the top left of my screen, I've got these 4 little circles underneath my green bar and blue bar, and the top one has a little yellow stomach icon. I haven't eaten anything in a while. Haven't consumed any food in a while. So my health bar is decreasing in overall size, but when it gets to that black line that you can see right there, it's going to stop. Now, what does that mean, Moorcat? Well, that means I can never eat anything and not die. I can never drink anything and not die. Still, even in Update 4, I do not actually have to eat and drink for survival. I don't have to sleep for survival. Now, I will call Enshrouded at this point a survival light game because of the snow in the Albaneve Summits. You do have to worry now about environmental concerns. Out in the desert of the... out here in the desert, you don't have to really worry about it. The Kindle Wastes, don't know why that took me so long. The tundra area here that's kind of deserty, the Nomad Highlands, it has no survival concerns. Murkmire, about the only survival concern is don't get in the tar, because unlike the mud, the tar you will keep sinking and you will die. Now, if you're playing in the Albaneve Summits, you do have a survival mechanic you have to worry about. You have to worry about this frost meter. And I think I might have been blocking that too, but there it is in the corner. It's currently at 15, counting down 19 minutes and 18 seconds. Now, when this runs out, it's like the shroud timer running out. I will die. I will succumb to the cold. I will succumb to the environmental conditions. There's nothing I can do about that. That's just the way it is here. Now, I thought, hey, maybe with a lot of potions, a lot of prep, being able to use my ingenuity to bounce around and get around physical terrain and objects, and I'll be able to overcome this mechanic like I was able to many of the other mechanics in the games, and the games throughout the game. No, you have to engage with this. You have to engage with frost resistance, or you won't be able to explore very much at all in the Albaneve Summits. A great example of this is when I had to go trudging through the Shroud area to find this elixir well. I could get to the elixir well just fine. I could get to it quickly. I could fight the enemies there, defeat them, not a problem. Wasn't worried about my shroud timer. It hadn't gone down very much at all, but what the pain was is that I didn't have very much frost resistance up here, my top left, and my timer was like 5-6 minutes at best. So I had 5 to 6 minutes to penetrate into the Shroud Zone, run through the Shroud Zone, to get through here, fight a bunch of enemies to get to the Elixir Well, so that I could then go down into the Elixir Well, and this is a really big Elixir Well, mind you. Might have just been luck of the draw, but there's like 3 or 4... I remember clearly and distinctly off the top of my head 3 different Shroud routes in this particular Elixir Well. So you do have to engage with this mechanic. You do have to engage with frost resistance, and that is very refreshing. So I would now put Enshrouded in a survival light category. Now, why survival light? Why are you stuck up on this whole survival thing? I still haven't eaten anything. We've been recording this review so far for about 8.5 minutes. In most other games, if I hadn't eaten anything and I was hungry, 8.5 minutes would be more than enough time for me to die of starvation. So that's why I say it's now Survival Light. It carries the survival tag in Steam. And as a fan of survival games, I do like survival games. I do like Enshrouded, but it is not your typical survival game. Similar to, say, Palworld or Nightingale. I would say those are survival light, because if you don't eat, not going to have a whole lot of bad stuff happen to you. But if you do eat, you get buffs. right? And that's a pretty common thing between survival light games. Now, Pow World, you do begin to lose health when you are completely hungry, but it is very, very slow. It is not a you die rapidly like in a The Long Dark or Subnautica or Ark or Green Hell. You know, your more typical kind of survival games. Now, where are you dudes at? There's supposed to be 2 dudes and a big old saber-toothed cat here. They should have attacked me already. What? Where are they at? Have they just kind of been wandering around because I've been sitting here talking, doing this review? Okay, so the Brodowskis do not be here as planned, but that's perfectly fine, because I can go somewhere else to show off these new enemies. We'll go all the way to Rothstep. Rothstep was the very first like major POI that I encountered in the Albaneve summits. It was like the first major location I was able to discover on my own. And I decided that I was going to kind of take it over and turn it into a little village, right, for my new my new craftspeople. Basically try to make like a small little hamlet up here because I like the architectural style. And because I like the architectural style, if I move in here, I don't have to do all the grinding to get all the resources to build all the stuff myself. It's kind of a convenience factor, right? Although I've, since improving the Highwind Den, I've also kind of halfway abandoned that idea. Let's see, are you down in here? Are you still down in here? Okay, let's see if we can show off these new Brodowskis. Okay, flamethrower guy is no longer down here. Are you guys up here? Yes, you're still up here. Awesome, cool. So does that mean... No. Brodowski is not over here. Did they maybe move Brodowski over this way? No. This guy just doesn't spawn anymore. Okay. Hey. That was a flare arrow. That was dumb. That was really dumb. That was so dumb. Okay, here they go. See, now we got some dudes that do some jumpy attacks. Is dude glowing? I don't remember dude glowing. Okay. Some other new stuff that we can do combat-wise is with our grappling hook. We can now grapple ourselves to big enemies, and we can grapple small flying enemies over to us. Okay, I'm going to get surrounded here, and that is not a good thing. Because that big guy is going to be using fire. Okay, drag him out, drag him out, drag him out. I'm also doing this with no buffs. Okay, now let's illustrate what I'm talking about. See, now if I eat, I get buffs. I get a bigger health bar, more stamina resistance. I can now do more melee damage. You know, I am now stronger, right? But I don't die from not eating. Now these guys. Okay, cool. You, come over here. Now I don't have to sit here and try to take on 3 dudes at once. These guys look different, of course. They have different attacks. They have some similar attacks to the scavengers. Their timing is different, of course. They recover quicker. They are more aggressive. They have more health. These are just a tougher enemy in general to fight. When I first came into the Albaneve summits, they would whoop my you know, took us. Now you have seen some screenshots of me fighting one of these dudes. Oh, he almost got me. Now if that dude hits me with that spear, or if she, don't care, they're trying to kill me. they will set me on fire. That whip will set me on fire, and that flame damage, I'm kind of hesitant to try to show you. Okay, yeah, see, it'll take you down quick, and it'll last a little while. Certain attacks will apply that flame effect longer than other attacks will. These guys have a mixture of ranged and melee attacks. It's not just like you have, oh, hey, you know, I've got my ranged unit, my melee unit. I got to worry about this dude getting up in my face and then shooting me from far away. These guys compensate. Like, this guy's got the whip, so he can lash out at you from a distance as well as get up close. Plus, this, you know, the spear does have a little bit of reach as well. It's not exactly just like a pure close-up kind of weapon. You saw the little dude that I was fighting earlier with the pickaxe, or the mattock, whatever you want to call it. He had the jump attack, so he can close the distance between you really closely. He's got multiple close-range combos. Who are you buffing still? I would be more worried about me, OG. Come on. Yeah, yell at me. Come on. You're just gonna let me wail on you, okay? Waha! I got off the arrow and the dodge. So you're gonna block, okay? I'll... Oh! Shoot. Whoa. Wait, what are you taking damage from? Oh, are you getting damage reflected back at? No, your health bar is just spazzing out. Okay. Oh lord, that was dumb. I didn't have a weapon out. Let's just let some of our stamina come back. Yeah, your health bar is just spazzing out. Okay. Dodge the whip. Don't try to grapple. I hadn't tried to grapple before. Be able to close the distance with the grapple hook. That's a new skill that they added into the game. Huh. New bow. Haven't seen that one yet. We'll leave you there. But they are a much tougher, more aggressive enemy, which is refreshing. They have a variety of attacks. They're not just going to try to engage you at range or just try to engage you in melee. They are going to engage you at different ranges. They're going to try to close the gap a bit differently. Shroud Corrupted Hammer. They also have some really cool architectural building styles like this. I'm not exactly sure if this is like a multi-piece thing, but this little top grate. Oh, maybe that's how they're doing it. Okay. Okay, so it's like a little granite stone wall with a grate, and then they plant a tree, and they put some moss down around it. But, yes, they have different architectural styles. We've gotten overgrowth added in. Well, that's been added in the most recent update, but you can tell that they went heavy-handed with it here. Outside of different architectural and combat styles, you will see a lot of the same decorations as before. But the frost resistance and having to engage with that mechanic is the main new thing, along with the region of the Albaneve summits. The new enemy type, well, outside of the new enemy type, you also have new wild animal types. Okay, yeah, that's got to be great. That's got to be what that is. You have new animal types. I didn't I already grab that? You have similar enemy types to what we've seen before, like you can see these birds and whatnot. They, of course, have new resources. You have a new resource of snow and ice. And these are terrain materials. Ice is pretty cool. Here we are. And ice is really cool because you slide around on it. It adds a whole new element to combat. Because I'm pretty sure the Shroud guys don't have to worry about that. see, they're just kind of plodding along like normal. Now, the Shroud dudes up here, I do feel are a bit more aggressive than their counterparts down south. Not just because they're a higher level, but they are actually, like these dudes, like I feel like these dudes, they take forever to attack me down south in the spring lands and other places. But up here, they go straight for you. I'm not going to sit here and say the combat AI is improved, but yeah, these guys are definitely a bit more aggressive towards you. They will try to swarm you. They won't kind of hang back and attack you anymore, or wait for the other big dudes to attack with like the big swords. They'll go straight for you. It's a nice change to the Shroud enemies. The ice is really cool as well. As you saw, you were sliding around on it. And one of the last big things that we got, and I need to go back to base, is the ability to tame animals, right? Of course, new resources, new crafting stations, so that way you can make the new stuff to make the new armor. But the addition of the animals is a bit different, as opposed to, oh hey, we got new kinds of armor, new kinds of weapons, they get higher numbers, do more damage, etc. And now I'll just go tame another yak. That's what I'll do. I'll just tame another yak. Oh, and and this is right here is something that came with update 5. So just don't pay any attention to that for just a moment. We will be getting to that. There you go, mage. I don't know if you got a ring of mana, but there you go. Okay. So now, actually, you know what? She needs a goat, and I think there's some goats over there. So just in case, I'm going to take some goat food. Trying to think around the house, building decoration. I mean, outside the new blocks and the new styles, I'm trying to think of anything major that might have come. And this is something that came, the blast furnace. You have to be able to craft this to be able to make steel bars, which you need to make at least the chest piece for the armor set that I'm wearing. All of the armor sets, well, the armor set that I'm wearing is comes from Athlon. And I really hope I'm saying her name correctly, because I'm usually really bad at pronunciations. We got new arrows, new bandage, the pocket heater in Athlon. We got a new kind of colored fabric. But here's the new armor sets that have the frost resistance. And for the chest piece, oh, you need silver bars for the frostbite slasher. I needed steel bars for the alpine antler. And the trailblazer set doesn't need steel, but it needs amethyst. And of course, you can still craft these things if you like the way they look, but you want the stats as something else. You can, of course, still craft them and wear them as cosmetic pieces. Athlon was not the only one to get some upgraded armor sets, though. If we bounce over here, we got antidotes as from Balthazar to help with poison and such as part of the update. But he also got new mage sets as well. I don't know, I think that one looks pretty wild with the antlers myself. And of course they have the different kinds of stats, and they correspond with the other sets that you're used to seeing in terms of what stats they do. Oswald also got more sets, of course, more armor sets as well. Oh, hey, we got another new shield. Oh, is that because I unlocked steel bars? Oh, I might finally need to upgrade my shield, because the shield I have is I think it's equivalent to the mercenary shield. 1766. Okay, 1766. So it's kind of in between these two shields. It's in between the Guardian and the Soldier shield. So I should. Oh, that one's got 31. Oh, but that's got more parry power, which I parry. New shield. Time to upgrade shields. That's what it's time to do. But of course, also got armor sets. I particularly like these two because this is like a big Viking ram helm thing made out of metal, and you're wearing a wolf head. I don't like the fact that you know you had to kill a wolf to get it. So I'm just going to pretend that he just magically crafted all of that out of nothingness, and no animals had to die, because I also did not like having to kill the yaks. But of course, those are going to correspond on top of the usual armor sets. Choo. High up the bone, that's what I'm looking for. Now, high up the bone is underneath a giant dragon skeleton, and from what I understand, and by what I mean from what I understand, I mean from looking at the achievements list. There's a lot of verticality in this area, so if you have a problem with heights, fair warning. But yes, and oh hey, look, someone's got a big old bonfire going. Let's not go over there. Don't want to die. But here's what we're looking for. Oh, and I'm on the ice, sliding on the ice. Oh yeah, ice, just so you know. Mine it up with a pick. I haven't discovered a use for ice in particular just yet, but I'm assuming there is something that I will need to craft with it. Just haven't come across it yet. But the one of the last big things that they added in. Oh, this right here. This is moss. This is something you'll use for crafting. Okay, go. All right, maybe I can do something new and show you guys this. But the last new thing is animal catching, taming, sneaky sleutheries. Now, usually I am like an arc. I don't mind to passive tame an arc, but they got really ridiculous with some of their passive tames in arc. This is really simple. Okay, that's just plant fiber. Ugh. Okay, now while Burdowski is eating, we need to sneak up behind him, and I do this kind of wiggle walk thing, because when I seem to not wiggle walk, they detect me and they get mad. Okay. Dang it! I wasn't quick enough. Okay, the yak was easier. The yak was easier. But God, it doesn't help that there's all this crap around here. You know what? Let's get rid of all this, because your prompts are getting in my way. But yes, the yak was easier to sneak up on. But you have to sneaky sneaks. But you gotta sneaky sneaks. I might have to go over to the yak. But you have to get all those hearts filled up. And once we get all the hearts filled up, will you quit turning and looking at me, please? You're making my life more difficult than it needs to be. Crap. But yeah, you gotta sneak up behind them, and they can't detect you whatsoever. God, son of a... But yes, and then you pet them, as you saw the prompt right before I lost it. And I do not know what is up with this goat. This goat has like the frickin' senses of Spider-Man. The yak was nowhere near this difficult. Oh, just got to dive straight on in. You just got to go for it, and then you want to get away from them, because if you alarm them, you like I might have just done there. I might have just lost my progress, right? But all you have to do is do that 3 times. Oh, there's another goat over there. Okay. This is bad. Yeah. Scooby-Doo-bop, Scooby-Doo-bop. And now you're walking towards me. That's fine. I found the yaks easier to tame when I kind of backed him into an area. I found it to be a little bit easier. Yeah, see, working on that first heart because I startled him and scared him away, and this guy is just not going to give me the ability to come up behind him. So let's try this other goat since we ain't got no progress on nobody. Maybe this tree will help me out here. Wait, are you stuck? Okay, he's stuck. Okay. Anywho, so all you have to do is just fill up 3 hearts on them, and then you can bring them back to your base. And the yak, I don't know what's up with those goats, but the yak was actually pretty easy. The yaks were pretty easy. Actually, when I was trying to tame the yak, I didn't realize it, but these 2 yaks were close together. And I started working on both of them at the same time. I'm like, man, what is taking so long to tame these yaks? And that's when I noticed both of them had 2 red hearts. So I just went ahead and finished off taming one of them. And when you tame them, they become an item in your inventory, right? You would put them in your hotbar. And then if you've got like a little pen area, because they will wander to my knowledge. But if you got like a little pen and a little bed for them and a little like feeder, they will produce whatever resource you need. So for yaks specifically, that is going to be raw wool, which you need to be able to craft up a lot of the newer armors and stuff. If we come over here to Athelin, you see that we need warm padding. Right? Okay, that's not wool, Moorcat. Well, no, it's not, and welcome to the resource chain. But you need to make warm padding, and for that, you need fabric, leather, resin, and wool. Well, to get wool, you have to have raw wool, and you have to come over to your spinning machine here, and you have to have 20 raw wool, and you will get 15 regular wool out of it. Then you can make your warm padding. Then you can make, you know, your hardened leather on top of that. There's multiple resources you have to do things to, but then you can craft your new armor, which is really cool. All of these things that I've mentioned up to this point thus far, kind of explained, kind of showed off, have great, well, it's more enshrouded, but it's also better enshrouded, right? Instead of just having a region with different resources and different kinds of enemies, they really dug down and gave a whole new personality to the Albaneve summits with the needing the frost resistance and the snow effects. The new different enemies, the animals that you can tame, like I can't tame these dudes, right? I can't tame these dudes. But the new animals that you can tame, it adds a new element to being able to get some of your resources, so you don't have to do something like what I'm about to show you, which if you don't necessarily want to have to worry about taming, like if you just find that too difficult and you don't want to, well, not too difficult, too annoying, whatever, and you just don't want to deal with it, there are multiple places you can go around the map and you can find these creatures. Right now I haven't gone killing those mountain goats, so I don't know if killing them gets me fizzy goat milk. But, and I'm really sorry guys, I'm about to feel really bad about myself. I am. But otherwise, no, 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 no. Oh hey, mountain goats. There was a bunch of hop hares down over there. Okay, well what I was going to show you is that there's usually a bunch of yaks right here, like, you know, at least 2, up to 5, and you can kill them, go back to base, exit your save, load back in, come back here, kill them again, keep getting wool. Let's see if they took my secondary spawn point away. Oh hey, they're over there now. Hey, see, you can see the dudes in the saber tooth. Did they take my other one away? I honestly wouldn't be mad if they took this one away, because one of the yaks was like permanently stuck in this one spot and he could never go anywhere and do anything. I felt really bad for him. So I kind of wouldn't mind, but I am kind of miffed about them taking him. Oh, hey, we got frost wisps now, if anybody remembers the wisps from Murkmire. They took them. Oh, no, there they are. 3 yaks, right over there. Now, since things have been changed up, I'm guessing there's not 2 yaks over here anymore. No, there's not. And I'm guessing that group of shroud dudes doesn't spawn there anymore. No. Or maybe they're just a lot more varied and random now. Don't come at me, shroud bird. Don't come at me, shroud bird. Don't come at me, shroud bird. No! No, you don't! Get away from them! Get away from them! Get away from my yaks! Yeah, that's right. You come after me. You come after me. You get away from my yaks! Bring it on! That's right. That's right. Poke your head back in. Come on. I know you want to. There you go. Okay. Wasn't fast enough that time. Okay. You guys okay? Yakety yaks? You guys okay? You okay, Axe? Hey, don't talk back. But animal taming to get yourself resources so you don't necessarily have to engage with like more gamer type strategies. You know, you can do that. Or you can just tame them, have them at your base, and they will produce the resources for you periodically. Alright. And one of the, this is kind of a smaller feature, at least as far as I know for right now, but for Mr. Crowley fans, right? We're going back to kind of where we just were a little bit. And we're just diving straight on down. Now, where we saw these 2 goats out front here, inside the quiet caves, here's the yaks. And see, there's you a yak. And then one of the you do not want to go this way. You want to go that way. You want to go that way. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Now you can kind of see him through the wood fence there, but Mr. Crowley also got something with the Albaneve summits, you can kind of make your own little Cyclops statue. And for that, we need Cyclops parts. So how do we get these Cyclops parts, you ask, my dear Moorcat? What could possibly allow us to get these parts? Well, hopefully all your Cyclopses are as dumb as this guy, but we just gotta kill, there's 4? I think 4 or 5 special Cyclopses around. And you kill them and you get a part of them. Now, usually this guy doesn't stand here like a big old dum-dum. Come on. Come on. Don't you want to give the fans a show? Come on. Come on, you want to give the fans a show? Come on, man. Give the fans a show. Yes. See, he'll go swinging at you kind of like the big bone golems will. He's got like multiple attacks he'll throw at you really quick. This guy is having some problems. This guy was a lot more aggressive and a lot more on top of me last time I fought him. But this also brings in a thing where you can use your grappling hook to close the distance and dodge and avoid attacks instead of having to engage them like we usually would. Except in this case. See, right there, I was good enough and dodged around, but you can use the grappling hook to avoid that. Smaller air enemies you can grapple in. And he's down. And in the loot, you get Cyclops parts. Here I got a Cyclops head and a Cyclops left arm. Now, I don't know if you can, like, go back and fight the same dude over and over and over again and get different parts because I've already got a left arm and I've already got that particular head. So I don't know if you can, like, kind of game the system and not have to fight all the individual ones to get all the parts. Staff of the Taurus. That'll be pretty good. I already got a Staff of the Ram. That looks pretty cool. This is the Staff of the Taurus. Now, all of that is... Let me think here. No, that's pretty much everything that came within the Albaneve summits. New resources to be able to make more advanced, more advanced resources. We have the Cyclopses we got to go fight and do. Make your statue. You've got new building materials, new building styles, new crafting stations, new resources, new armor, new weapons. It's more enshrouded, but instead of it just being plain more enshrouded, Albaneve Summits is more enshrouded, and I would also say with more character. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm missing one last thing I need to tag on here for this review of the Albaneve Summits. You do have new craftspeople that you can get and that you can place out. They give you a new crew so that way you can make a separate base and have your old crew at the old base and a new crew at the new base. You still have all the functionality, the crafting, all the recipes, everything available to you. It's a really cool and wonderful thing. Something that was not so cool in relation with the new survivors is if you see right here under my upgrade requirement on the strengthen the flame survivors. 7 out of 10 with sheltered beds assigned. 7 out of 10. Previously, I didn't need to have a bed here with Cade. I didn't need to have a bed here with Oswald. I just literally had this one building, and this was another room. You had an inlet coming over here from the right-hand side into here, but all of my craftspeople were in this one building. They all stood there, like crafting stations, essentially, right? They didn't move, they didn't walk around, you couldn't set them to do anything. You know, here now, I would need my staff, but you can actually set them to walk around, where they will move around on their own. They kind of have a life of their own. You can set a range for them to wander, and they'll just kind of wander around, do various things. They'll look like they're, oh, come on. Anyways, they used to, and I will just throw all of you in there for right now. Yes. But they used to just stand in place as like a crafting station. You didn't really... Oh, hey, they updated the background icons again. Okay, let me... Emily. Okay, and now see, with Emily, I can set a roaming range on her. 50 meters, 0 meters, 10 meters. So you could have a big base, you could have a small base, and you can have them kind of wander around. I'm going to set her to the wander on the 10 meters. And now look at her go. You just got a life and a mind of her own. Now, my goal... What? Why is there dirt right there? Weird. Okay. You're messing with my base, King. It's weird. Now, I tried this with Balthazar, setting him to wander, but he got into this little loop where he would just, like, walk out and then, like, walk right back here and get, like, stuck, and he would just basically stand here. So, I don't really have them set to roam. I'm going to try to make, like, a singular structure base for the new craftspeople that we got, the new souls that we were able to rescue. And I'm going to see if I can't, kind of like Miss Macabre has the Blue Goblet Tavern. I'm going to see if I can, like, build my own kind of thing in another place, which is where I've kind of abandoned the idea of Rothstep, but I don't know, maybe I'll get lazy and I'll just end up using Rothstep anyway, although it would be kind of nice to have 2 more flame altars open for fast travel points. But yeah, they will wander and they will do their own thing. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I kind of like them just sort of... Well, I got used to them being in, like, one place and standing in one place. So them moving around and not being in one place has kind of created some slight issues for me here and there. We'll just put her right there for right now. So that way she's at least covered. Now, with the beds... The beds that they have to have, when you assign them to a bed, you have to have your staff to be able to assign them to a bed. But once they have a bed, then they can once again craft all the stuff that you're used to them crafting. If Emily did not have a bed assigned to her that was sheltered, you would see a little notification that I'm not able to... You see right here where it says at the top, farmer, check on the sheltered bed. It wouldn't allow me to craft this item. So I won't be able to craft this. I wouldn't be able to craft this. I wouldn't be able to craft this, or this, or this, any of this stuff, right? And when we first came into the Albaneve summits on day 1, of course, I'm an explorer, you know? I'm sitting here, I'm wanting to bounce in, I'm wanting to explore the new areas, see what the new enemies are, see what new treasures there are to find, right? Well, no, King kind of wanted you to not do that, and they wanted you to instead go make a sheltered bed for everybody and kind of restructure your base. First impression, first thing, that is really terrible. That is really horrible. Why? Because, oh hey, we've got this new area for you to explore that you haven't seen. We've opened up a huge portion of the map that wasn't opened up before. There's new treasure, new weapons, new armor, new enemies, new bosses, new things to go and explore. But first, we want you to not do any of that, and we want you to engage with the building, which apparently you have done enough to have, like, you know, some kind of ability to house your crafting people, right? Well, it would work better. You would have some kind of ability to house your crafting people, but oh, we don't like how you guys have them all in one building, just standing there like statues. So we want you to instead have to redesign and restructure your base first thing in the update. Oh, well, okay, you don't want to? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We're just going to take away your ability to craft any armor, any weapons, any arrows, any food, potions, any of the stuff that you need for your adventure. We're going to take that away from you, and we're going to try to force you to engage with making sheltered beds. That is horrible. That is terrible. Why are you going to sit here and dangle all this new stuff in front of me as a player? Like, just disregard the fact that I'm making content, right? Why are you going to sit here and dangle all this stuff in front of me? Be like, oh, come check out our new area. Come check out our new weapons. Come fight our new enemies. But no, we want you to instead take however long to engage with all this old stuff and just like rebuilding, restructuring your base, having to redesign your base to function how Keen wants it to function and not how you had it functioning. They took something away to incentivize you to engage with it. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say that they took it away specifically to incentivize you to engage with it. I mean, I just said that, but, you know, I'm going to pull that back there. But they basically, instead of engaging with the new content, they try to force you to engage with something that's not the new content. Well, that's where this comes from. Because inside here, oh, okay. I literally had everybody Yes, I had everybody except for Oswald and Cade because I got them sheltered beds. I redesigned their little area for them on stream. But the other people's beds I just literally had lined up in here, and I just had it sealed off from the world in a giant stone box. Not accessible. Peeps can't sleep in it. Peeps can't get into it. It's just a box. I did that out of spite. Because I was like, fine, Keen, you're going to try to sit here and force me to engage with this. And how you're trying to force me to engage with it is just... I mean, one, if you make new content for your players, incentivize them to engage with content that they may not necessarily want to when a new expansion comes up, but you want them to. You incentivize them. You don't take something away from them. You don't penalize them. Because, well, I mean, at least for me, I was geared up. I was ready to start exploring. I was ready to show off what new, cool, awesome stuff this awesome developer had put into this awesome game. And the first thing I got to discover was, oh no, we've already taken stuff away from me. It's not even that we haven't. It's not even that you've had a chance to decline to engage with this new content. No, we're just taking it away from you. So you get to start your adventure out with kind of a handicap, kind of a crutch, missing stuff that you had grinded for and earned before. That was an absolutely terrible first step. That was a terrible first impression. Once you get past that terrible first impression, and once you get past that terrible first step of just why would you do this, Keen? Like, why would you do this to your player base? Once you get past that, Albaneve Summits is my favorite area. I have tough, challenging enemies. Granted, I'm a little under-leveled for some of them, but even the ones I'm at level for, they're still tough and challenging. There's new Shroud enemies to engage with. There's new bosses to engage with. There's new skill points to earn. I can continue to expand my already ridiculous skill tree. Like, I've come up through like most of 3 different pathways. I'm starting to branch out into melee and stuff. I've even started to poke my nose over into magic. These are the 2 new skills. The grounding hook. This is what allows you to, well, let me show you. This is what allows you to pull enemies to you. And the Giant Slayer hook is what allows you to grapple yourself and pull yourself to larger enemies. But beforehand, I'd already kind of broken up into these 3 different trees, right? Gotten all the stuff I wanted out of them, and already was breaking over here into melee combat, peeking my nose over to get Counter-Strike here in Magic. But now, I have even more skill. Oh, wait, hey, they tell you how many points you're using now. Oh, cool, so now you actually have a total to know. Show that off to you guys. This wasn't here previously. It would tell you the 2, but the 2 was just a big white number right here. It didn't say in use 123 available to. It was just the available 2 previously, and it was bigger. But now they tell you how many you got in total, which is really cool. But yeah, more skills that I can get and learn and customize my build with, make my character even more powerful for this new, more powerful area. It's great. It's awesome. It's a wonderful addition. It has more character. The Albaneve Summits, in the little time that I've played in it in comparison to all the other areas, it has more character than the other areas do. Well, Murkmire's got a lot of character in and of its own, but I would say it has like more character than the Springlands. Like, you go from the Springlands to the Revelwood. Okay, now instead of like flat grassland foresty area, I've got really hilly grassland foresty area. You go into the Nomad Highlands, that was different in appearance, right? But there was no real mechanical difference between them. Kind of like, Revelwood and the Springlands, and even going out into the Kindle Wastes. Now, they could easily go back, right? Because of what they've done here with... They could easily go back to the Kindle Waste, and they could add in a desert heat mechanic in which we have to go out and get new resources that they put in to craft new armor that helps us resist the desert heat. They could totally do that. They could totally update the Kindle Waste that way. Be gentle with us, Keen. And, I mean, so I can even see the Albaneve Summits and its new mechanics being a foundation for other improvements and other changes in other areas of the game. It's my personal favorite area. I'm not usually one for the big snowy areas like Ark and other games where, it's got survival mechanics 24/7 because it's not a survival light, it's like a full-on survival. I typically hate the cold and the snowy areas. The Long Dark. I love the game The Long Dark. Everything's snow. Everything's cold. The cold is constantly trying to kill you. And I don't know, maybe it's because I have an actual survival mechanic that is present 24/7 when I'm in the zone, and then the Shroud timer gets layered on top of that. The Fire DOT can get layered on top of that. I don't know, I like it. It's my favorite zone. It's my literal favorite zone. It's also got some pretty cool armor that comes with it. It's got some pretty cool weapons that come with it. This bow and this armor are from the new update. Let me see here. These daggers, they're not the the coolest looking daggers. I've had other cooler looking daggers, but just as a general style, they come from the new area. And so does this new axe right here. And let me get my HUD off the screen for you so you can see it a bit better. So does this new axe. They're really cool. Something else I'd like to show off is a bow I got in the new area. Okay, I see what you're gonna do to me, Keen. You used to let me into my chests with the HUD turned off. Now you don't. Ah, yes, the Horned Beast bow, and we'll do this, right? This bow right here. It's got bone wrapped around metal. It's got a gem. It's got little colored tips. It's got like a blade edge almost to it, It's got a very nice ornate handle where the handle and the fluff around that kind of matches my armor. This bow is like one of the bows that I've seen that has the most character. This bow is right up there with it too, like equal with it. I have seen more character in the weapons, and I'm not trying to knock on older stuff. Let me find something that's older here. Okay, I love my flesh grinder, so please don't take anything I'm about to say as like me trying to insult my flesh grinder. Okay, this is old. This is new, and where'd it go? Ah, yes, these are new. Thank you. Okay, let's take those off, right? But these weapons have more character in them. They're like more unique in comparison to what we're used to finding. There was unique weapons, and there was weapons with good character in them in the older updates, but these have more of it. Right? These have more of it. Like let's look at my flesh grinder here. I love my flesh grinder. It's a metal rod with spikes coming out of it, right? It looks like a lot of other clubs. It looks similar to a lot of other clubs. Right? And these are parade daggers. And this is a darkwood axe. As far as I know, these aren't unique weapons, right? They're not like my Jesmina's Apotheosis that like Jesmina's is like the only one that looks like it, right? There's some other weapons that have the same basic model, but they don't have the glow, they don't have the abilities, they don't have the exact same color, right? These, like even the base weapons, like this melee weapon that I'm using right here, this one-handed axe. This is not a specially named weapon. This is just Frostwing axe, right? I've got gray blades. The Shadowbane, that is a specific name, right? Okay. Let's make it difficult on me, Keen. But like your Celestial axe, it's not a specifically named weapon, right? The Ruffian's axe, I thought this was unique when I first got it, but it's just the new standard two-handed axe model. And actually, I'm sorry, I misspoke. The Darkwood axe is a unique weapon. My apologies, I misspoke there. I said it wasn't, it is. And I'm just now realizing that, so I apologize about that. Things that happen when we're live that I don't get to edit or re-record. But it's just, I don't know, like look on the, like this axe, it's not just a pommel, it's a goat hoof. It's not just like a little ball or something down at the end of it, say if like we pull out, you know, the sun mace here. You know, it's got like this metal chunk at the bottom of it, right? It's a two-handed weapon. Now, I believe the sun mace is a unique looking thing, but the model isn't as unique looking as these other weapons that I've been pointing out, right? That's just the basic point of all of that, right? You know, not every weapon can look like the Dreadbane, right? But then if I come over here and I grab this a hammer here, this is the Shroud Corrupted Hammer. So I would not imagine that this is a particularly unique, like this is not like a Jesmina's Apotheosis, right? This is not like the character weapon, if you will, of Dreadbane. Right? Because Dreadbane, I had to do a quest. It was some dude's weapon. They made a deal out of it, right? And oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Wait. So, Dreadbane, a character weapon, right? A unique weapon. You're not going to find Dreadbanes just out in random chests. And then a Shroud Corrupted Hammer. Literally the exact same model. And that's what I was talking about, right? Like older weapons don't necessarily have like as much character as some of these newer ones do with some of these newer models, like these bows. I'm not saying that the older stuff looks bad. It doesn't by any stretch of the imagination. Like, I love my antler bow. You know, I've got other bows over here that look kind of similar to each other. You know, might have like a color difference on them. Like, these are almost identical, especially when you get out towards the end. But I'm not trying to knock the old weapons. I'm just saying the new stuff, Albaneve summits, the way I would describe it to an Enshrouded player, it has more character. Not that anything before it has less or is lacking, but this has more. It's not just more Enshrouded. It's more Enshrouded with more character. So if you've been thinking about checking out the Albaneve summits and you haven't checked it out yet, you haven't played Enshrouded in a while and you still have Enshrouded, you need to come back and check out this area. It's going to be a wonderful challenge, wonderful adventure, wonderful experience. Bring your friends if you're a little under-leveled. Roll in a group. You guys can do it. I promise you, you can overcome most anything with teamwork. Make sure to bring stone and or flame altars with you, because you cannot find regular stone up there in that area. You will just find granite. So bring flame altars with you. Bring some regular stone with you. And if all else fails, put down a flame altar, and then you've got an infinite respawn point, and eventually those bad guys will die. I promise you. Trust me. personal experience. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for checking out this live A Day in the Life review of Enshrouded, going over the Albaneve Summits Update 4. I want to say thank you for coming out. Thank you for tuning in. Please drop a like, share this around, and of course subscribe for more. Let Keen know that I, have some thoughts about their live update. The next thing we're going to be doing here after a quick break, just to kind of separate these things out, we're going to be going over the Update 5 Pact of the Flame patch notes updates, and I've even heard that there's a roadmap. Crossing my fingers that it is a post-launch roadmap. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and that is the most important thing, that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And yes, chat, I sit there and smile at the camera for a few seconds when I'm recording the video, just so I can make sure I don't look down too early, get some kind of ugly face as I'm exiting out the stream or the recording or whatever have you. Alright. Now, I did not mean to give as in-depth a review as that, and I know I repeated myself a little bit. That is kind of the lack of the benefit of being able to edit. Believe it or not, I cut out a good bit of me repeating myself in my other reviews. If you watch some of my earlier reviews, like Wizard with a Gun and the Hogwarts reviews, you'll see what I mean, as opposed to my later reviews, like the Enshrouded reviews I put out recently and the Nightingale one that's coming out. When we're live, you kind of get a bit more of my random thoughts, but that went for about an hour, so I am going to give my voice just a couple of minutes of a break here. I'm going to take a bathroom break, and then we're going to come back, and we're just going to go over the patch notes and stuff. We're going to read them. We're going to look at them. I'm going to try to make a little breakout video. Bees! What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You guys can't get through the house to get to the goat. What are you doing? Don't make me do this, guys. Come on, please. Please. You guys came after... Oh, I need to close my door. They could have gotten stuck inside. You guys can't go through a house to get to the other goat. I mean, I know you can look through it, and it looks like you might be able to get to them, but you can't, homies. Come on, you gotta learn that. It's like the 20th swarm of bees I've had to kill because they don't understand they can't fly through my buildings. Anywho, guys, about that quick break, and then we'll wrap things up. Oh, it is almost 2 o'clock. I have gone longer than I have meant to, so I will be right back, chat, and we're going to wrap this up real quick. Oh, I did not mute myself there when I walked away. Okay. So not quite the break I was expecting. Press the right button there, more cat. That I was expecting there, but we'll go ahead and we'll just exit out there. I gotta see if the hat thing still carries over. But all right. Wrong thing. Boom. There we are. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to the Den. Got a bit of a different video for you here, kind of venturing into new territory, trying something for the first time. I'm going to be going over news, update notes, patch notes, kind of covering what's going to be coming for Enshrouded here in the future. From what I know here, we got a roadmap. We have new Twitch drops to kind of cover, which I'm not the biggest fan of Twitch drops. Yes, you've seen some Twitch drops on some mannequins in my tavern in Enshrouded, but I'm not a terribly big fan of them, and I'll talk about why when we get there. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over Enshrouded's big update number 5. They're calling it Pact of the Flame, and if you like to keep track of the stuff, it's version 0.8.0.0, and version 0 means we are probably still in early access. Now, Enshrouded, and I'm going to double check myself on stream here. Skaboosh. Approximately how long will this game be in early access? First and foremost, precedence above all else, it depends on you and your feedback. Our current goal is to take the game out of early access within a year. That was like the would-be nice goal, right? That wasn't this is the definite plan. This is the hard deadline we're setting for ourselves. It's as Chief Specialist Miles Edward O'Brien, I'm sorry, let me get this correct. Senior Chief Specialist Miles Edward O'Brien would say, it's the would-be nice category, right? We firmly believe that we can offer a game that is worthy of your time, money, and will bring you fun for years to come. Now, they're specifically talking about within when they were planning to have things released. Now, as they said, the goal was within a year. Now, just to kind of be a bit of a semantics nut, right? Within a year still has a year, 365 days as a hard deadline. When you say like our goal is within a year, cool. The would be nice is within a year. The hard deadline would still be the year. Now, Enshrouded came out on January 24th, 2024. It is currently February the 1st, 2025. So we have passed that 365 day mark. So obviously they didn't hit the would be nice and release it within a year. And it hasn't released yet because it's still a version 0. So it still hasn't hit 1.0, which is... it's giving me some thoughts about that roadmap now. And isn't it cool what you can build? I mean, look at that. Look at that stuff that people have built themselves. It's just so cool. I wish I was that good. I wish I was that good. I'm not that good. But back to the news. So that's what this version 0 means right there, right? Now, just to get into it, Enshrouded Pact of the Flame update. You know the drill. If you read this, use the word pact in your comment. I haven't left a comment yet, so I'll have to use pact in my comment. Greetings, Flameborn. We're thrilled to bring you Pact of the Flame, a new update designed to enhance your Enshrouded experience with some long-requested social features, as well as numerous new possibilities for builders. Oh, can I please start setting my walls at like angles to the other walls and not be locked into just... I want to try to make something round-ish. I'll probably fail at it really terribly, but I'm wanting to make something round-ish. I want a tower for my wizard. It's probably not going to work out in my favor, but... Okay, but numerous new possibilities for builders, and a bunch of gameplay improvements and additions. We've already seen some of those. The overgrowth that we got to see, the vines that I had growing up my pillars, that is one of the new features. That's one of the new things that came with this, along with that overgrowth tool. I showed some of that off before I did the live a day in the life review for update 4 for Enshrouded just a little bit ago. I played for about an hour and a half before that. We've also updated a slew of locations and points of interest across the world, and as always, a bunch of miscellaneous and other fixes and improvements. We are also unveiling our plans, here we go, for over 2025 in this post, along with a really cool anniversary trailer featuring our very own beloved community and creators. So make sure to middle mouse click it open with a new tab and check it out next. I have seen that video. I came across it on YouTube. Came up in my suggesteds, and I'm not in it. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of funny stuff that they show off, a lot of cool creators, but I'm not in it. As always, if you're in a hurry and don't want to read, you'll find the highlights in our video format here. So if you want to watch the video, you can do that. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this in the changelog. Like when we get down here to the changelog, we're going to see stuff like, fix several small issues with incorrect loot tables. When using a controller, the position of the item wheel has been moved to the center of the interface. Like I'm not going to necessarily go over all this stuff. When it comes to the like all the miscellaneous kind of bug fixes, quality of life improvements, I will kind of peruse here some ones that I think might look interesting, but I'm not going to go over that whole section. What we're focused on is the game improvements, right? So to the highlights, and let's start with the social features. Many of you have asked for better ways to communicate with friends and strangers, so for this update, we've added a range of new social features. Text chat. Enshrouded now supports an in-game text chat in multiplayer sessions. No more spelling out your Discord name in blocks to make new friends. I need to get a Discord. Hosts or server admins can toggle the feature on or off in the settings as needed. Maybe that's why I didn't see it, because I didn't toggle it on. The feature is set as off by default. Boom, exactly why. And on dedicated servers, or it's set off by default on dedicated servers, so make sure you enable it. Okay, so I'm guessing if I'm hosting, it's not like a private, third-party server being hosted. I imagine you have to turn that on. Players can now individually select other players and mute their messages. Okay. Profanity filter settings can be modified through players' Steam settings under Friends chat filtering. They are on by default on all Steam accounts. Yep, and we saw that last night when I had some salty words for a person who was sitting in spawn like the entire comp game. But yeah. A chat log is now available on a new social menu page. Voice chat can now be enabled by hosts on server or server admins. The feature is set off by default, so make sure to enable it. When enabled, there are 2 modes available: proximity voice or global/server-wide voice chat. I would be using the proximity. Well, it depends. It depends on how good the fade in and the fade out is. Arc, it's just kind of like, I think it's supposed to fade, but in my experience, it never really faded. It just kind of, once you got to a certain distance, it just stopped, and then once you cross back over that line, people could hear you again. I think it's supposed to, fade out sound and volume, but I wonder if their proximity chat does that. I'm going to have to try that out. In the new social menu page, players can mute other players and adjust their volume. They can also toggle their own microphone on or off. You know who you'll need it for. Yeah, I know exactly what they're talking about. In the sound settings, players can mute their microphone, use push to talk, or open microphone. Additionally, they can adjust their microphone input volume. Basic stuff there. Social Hub. As mentioned above, a new tab has been added to the in-game menu called Social. I did not see that at all. I am blind. The Social menu displays all players currently playing in the game world, and players can adjust their audio, text, and text settings. Oh, I'm blind. I didn't see that. Maybe it did. Maybe because no one else joined in, it didn't pop up. It is also possible to see everyone's server permissions and locate their position on the world map. No more endlessly searching for Steve. I don't know who Steve is, unless that's like a Minecraft reference. Emotes. A new emote wheel. We saw this. Open, previously mapped, X on the keyboard and down on the D-pad, which is now integrated into the emote wheel. That sittings in the emote wheel, basically. They got a point, they got a wave, they got like a victory fist pump up in the air. The sad one's kind of cool. You kind of kick the ground a little bit as you're doing it. Building improvements. Okay, so here's going to be some good stuff. We continue to be, well, not that the social stuff isn't good stuff, but I don't know. I end up playing solo a lot of times. Not necessarily by desire, but that's why the building improvements are more intriguing to me than the social improvements. But hopefully those social improvements will become much more intriguing. We continue to be stunned by the creativity of our community, so we thought it would be a good idea to enhance our building tools a bit with some shiny new features. First-person camera for building. I saw this. Basically, it gets the person out of the way, so when you're trying to build, it can make things a bit easier when you're trying to place. When using the construction hammer, selecting a prop for placement or equipping one of the new building tools, the camera can now be toggled to first-person view for an improved building experience, especially in tight spaces. Now you have only yourself to blame for that misplaced chair. Thank you, King. Full rotational control for props. Props can now be rotated in all axes instead of just the vertical axis. Please note that this new functionality is only available for decorative furniture and similar props. Furniture and interactive props like the flame altar beds, benches, chairs, thrones, toilets, and similar can only be rotated around the vertical axis as previously. Building blocks and building shapes can only be rotated 90 degrees as before. So I can't make anything round. Okay. But hey, we now know it's a lot better for stuff inside. You might be able to make more unique looking interiors, definitely, which I need to try. New tool, overgrowth editing. A new building tool has been added to the crafting progression. When equipped, it allows adding and removing various overgrowth materials such as ivy to and from building blocks. The new overgrowth tool can be crafted at the farmer NPC, which I showed that off in my gameplay before the live a day in the life review of Albaneve Summits. At the farmer NPC with materials from the Revelwood area. Yeah, it's like dirt and, well, red mushrooms are now called penny bun. So you just need grilled red mushrooms and dirt, and you can make it. New tool, building block decay. What? A new building tool allows adding or removing ruined block visuals at the edges of building walls. This new decay tool can be crafted at the collector NPC with materials from the Nomad Highland. I did not see that. I hardly ever go to Mr. Crowley. That's why I didn't see the Mr. Crowley. Food, drinks, and potions placement. A new type of prop consisting of plates, boards, and coasters allows the decorative placement of a vast selection of food, drink, and potion items. Holy crap! I can decorate those shelves in Balthazar's place now. Finally, dinner tables can have dinner on them. Cool. They can be crafted at the farmer NPC when wood planks are unlocked. Okay, so that was like that new plate and coaster thing. Okay, I got you. New props and materials. More than 70 new or previously unavailable props are now accessible for crafting and placing into the player base. This is the perfect time to try out the new placement rotation option. Among others, the props include a set of elegant leather sofas, various large statues, a new set of sturdy doors, including a massive vault door, a new set of braziers and lamps, numerous home decor props such as baskets, pots, and buckets. I saw some of this, I didn't see all of it. New types of room decorations such as room dividers and sigils as wall decor. 2 new building materials are available, a yellow variation of the stained glass building blocks and a new stone wall terrain material. Okay, that's why I didn't recognize that one yellow luminous block I saw. A quest introduces a new trader for vanity items and decorative props while we celebrate the Lunar New Year. I got her, I didn't place her. The trader will also stay as a permanent villager for the player base if invited by the Flamborn. What? If invited? Blah, blah, I lost myself. Yeah, right here. If invited. Okay, so gameplay improvements now. Here's gonna be like the juiciest of the juicies, right? Skills can now be individually reset within the skill tree. Wait, it still only costs 10 runes, right? Because it used to always cost 10 runes. Whether you had 1 skill point or 100 skill points, you could respec with just 10 runes. Is it still 10 runes total to respec? We'll have to look at that. Visual parry indications have been added to enemies that didn't show the parry opportunity before, but we all know some will probably still mess up the timing. A visual parry opportunity indicator has been added to enemy projectiles that can be parried. Okay, crap. Now I'm hoping, because I did notice in the crafting stations it now has an icon that shows you what you were trying to craft, and it hovers over, and it's like another UI thing that pops up when you get close, and it didn't used to do that. It let you know if you had something in there or if something was currently crafting. But now it's like, oh no, you're trying to craft this and you don't have the resources, and I have an X over it. Let's minimize UI puke, please. Let's not turn into an Ubisoft game. And even though I like Power World's UI and HUD is just, it's puke all over the screen, man. Just UI puke all over the screen. It's not fun. A new farming animal can now be tamed in the Kindle Waste to get ready for the Dune Armadillo. I noticed that. And its offspring to become friends on the farm. I've always felt really bad about killing them, even though they had such good meat, which is why I've kind of been holding on to that stack of 20. It's like I don't want to get rid of it because I don't want to feel the urge to kill another one. Not that I felt an urge to, but it was, I needed that extra constitution buff, right? Several bugs and glitches have been addressed for pathfinding and behavioral issues for villagers and farm animals. Cool, maybe Balthazar won't get stuck on that house no more. During their daily routine. We will continue to work on improving pathfinding and behavior in upcoming updates as needed. Okay. Quality of life things. Dodge and blink can now be activated earlier during wand attacks to align the availability of defensive moves with the timing of melee weapons. Thank you. Now can daggers get a little bit of a come up, please? I want to use daggers. I'm always carrying daggers around on me, right? And they need some love. Like, it's just, there's no reason to use daggers over using a one-handed melee weapon. There's just no reason. Daggers need some love. Several settlements and points of interest have been reworked and expanded significantly. Among others, the following locations have been updated. Now, I am not gonna Moth's Grove, Saline Quarry, Netherton. Okay, I went back to Netherton. I did I didn't really recognize that I'd been to Netherton, so I'm guessing that's because it had been expanded and reworked a little bit. Fox Chase, Rookmore, Fenrig's Farm, Morwenna, Roost Nook, Cloverbrook Farm, Mistbury Catacombs, and the Springlands. Several settlements have been added. The Enshrouded Ruins, Mid-Hollow, a new farm location, Wistful Fields, various new camp locations, several topology improvements have been added to the Springlands biome. Yes, I noticed those. That was that terrain rework I kept talking about earlier. The visuals of the Shroud Overgrowth material have been updated. Many locations in the Blackmire region have improved combat encounters. The visuals of the Shroud... Okay, I read that. Many locations in the Albaneve summits have improved combat encounters. That's why those dudes were in different positions. Okay. I don't know. I'll have to see some more stuff. I'll have to go back and check out some other stuff in the Springlands, the Revelwoods, Nomad Highlands, and the Kindle Wastes to get a true grip on that. A new location called Event Honor Hall has been added to the Albaneve Summits. The location is added to the world map when visiting the ancient spire of this region. It houses the names of the winners of the Halloween Building Contest of 2024. Cool. Sound improvements. New sound occlusion. Sound sources behind other objects or terrain play correctly subdued now. Cool. Added new unique sounds at various areas in the UI. Equipping and unequipping items now plays a sound corresponding to the material of the item. Notification sounds are now more varied. Upgrading weapon sounds are now different depending on the level of the upgrade. Managing your inventory never sounded so good. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Added new sliders for sound options to accommodate the new voice chat feature. Yeah. I know what you mean. Personal experience. All right. Okay. So knowing that many of our locations, and I feel like I should know a few of these names, because like a few of these names, as I read them, I'm like, I know I've been there. Like the Mistbury Catacombs, like I'm pretty sure I've been there, because I'm pretty sure I had a little bit of a rough experience in there. Anywho, this all sounds pretty cool, pretty good. It's a bunch of quality of life updates. They're improving things a little bit by a little bit. They're adding in a few new things, mostly decorative. What I think you would call like major content updates, right? No new regions, no new bosses, nothing like that. Pact of the Flame is mostly just kind of improving what we have and adding a little bit of UI puke while they're at it. But hopefully, well, I might be able to turn those off in settings. They didn't say anything about it, but now down here in the changelog again, there's a ton of changes here. I'm not going to go over all these. Fixed drop breaks for rings in some areas, right? Rings dropped far too often in some of the Albaneve summits. Fixed small issues with incorrect loot tables, using to control their position in the item wheel. As a first step for building from magic chests, the build hammer can now use the building blocks directly from magic chests. That's actually really cool, provided that you have at least one item of the respective material in your backpack. Dismantled blocks are stored in your backpack in the future. It is planned to continue adding more functionality and convenience features to this. Cool. Awesome. Just a bunch of stuff. Improve some stuttering when the game is installed on a hard disk drive instead of an SSD. That's awesome. Improved rendering of vegetation, for example. The translucency of leaves looks better now. Maybe that's what was looking so weird. Maybe that's what was looking so off to me. Not that it's looking bad, but it's actually there's actually transparency where there should be now. The recipes for cat food and dog food have now been updated. Cat food now has several meat ingredients, and nettle was removed, whereas wolf meat has been removed for the dog food. Our veterinarian players can rest easy now. Oh, is like the stinging nettle like a kind of plant that if a cat were to like eat it, it'd die or something? And what's wrong with dogs eating themselves? Wolves do that all the time. And we don't really have dogs. We have wolves. All right. Okay. Just a bunch of little stuff, right? So if you want to go through the changelog, you can go check that out. But now we are going to come up to the early access roadmap, Keen? Really? Really? We're over a year? Where's that 1.0? Where's that 1.0? Do you guys give us a date at all for the 1.0? Yes, they do. Okay. So let's look at Enshrouded's early access roadmap for 2025. I am kind of pissed that it's I'm seeing spring 2026 down here. Yeah, like I'm immediately drawn to this because the bold spring 2026 release date for the full 1.0 version of Enshrouded. Okay, so what's the date? Because spring 2026 is not a date. It's a season. Release date is a specific day of a specific month of a specific year. Not a frickin' season. Like, I really hate how early access games... Okay, hang on. Let's see what the reasoning is. Let's see what the reasoning is first before I go getting all hot under the collar. All right, Enshrouded Roadmap 2025 and anniversary trailer, the moment you've all been waiting for. Have a nice little thank you note. Oh, and a nice little thank you note. Greetings, Flameborn. That's right, your eyes are not deceiving you. We have the full Enshrouded Roadmap for 2025, but before we move on, we have just published the Pact of the Flame update with a long list of improvements and quality of life updates. We just covered that, or better yet, open the new tab and read it after. But first things first. Why is there a roadmap for 2025? Yes, why is there a full roadmap for 2025? Well, as we said right from the start, your support has meant that we could... Your support has meant that we could the world of Enshrouded a lot bigger than we originally thought. Always proofread, kids. You might have something out. With more features, more biomes, more quests, basically more of everything. But as you know, we're not a big team. And making games takes time, effort, and a lot of praying to the machine gods for the build to not crash. Not even in just game design is that a regular thing. There's a lot of praying to the machine gods that things don't crash just for anybody that has to deal with computers. As a result, and with a full update scheduled for 2025, we are locking down a spring 2026 release date for the full 1.0 version of Enshrouded. You know, come to think of it, before I get hot under the collar, a good reason to hold back on that, chat, is they are also wanting to release on PlayStation and Xbox, and I don't see a PlayStation and Xbox logo. So while they are not a big team, and they are, it takes time, effort, and a lot of praying to the machine gods, I'm going to put forth the suspicion that the console versions are going to be, like Xbox and PlayStation versions, are going to be ready to release in spring 2026. I'm going to put that prediction out there, that they're not, just because they're not a small team. It does take time, and they are a small team, but I'm also willing to bet that they're probably anticipating spring 2026, and that's going to have something to do or kind of coincide with console release dates. Now, before we move on to the good stuff, we cooked up a little anniversary video. Great year, blah, blah, blah. Year of Enshrouded. It's a funny video. It's a cool video. I'm not in it. So just to kind of keep things brief, because I'm already up to 29 minutes. Finally, this is what you're all here for, the roadmap of 2025. Click on the picture for a full-size preview. You'll notice that some of these features have shifted with Update 5, and some are ongoing efforts. As for the rest, we hope you're excited about them. We'll look at that here in just a second, just to kind of, for interest of time. Okay, this is the stuff the trader had. I haven't seen that. The diamond wall emblem, that might be in somebody else's inventory. The flame packs. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm not a big fan of Twitch drops because I would rather you have me play your game. I would rather you have me do something in your game as opposed to go watch somebody else play your game. Now, of course, yeah, you can pull it up in an alternate tab. You can pull it up on your phone. You can do whatever. You just leave in the background, not watch, don't worry about it, blah, 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 whatever. Still, have me do something in your game to get it. Fortunately, for this particular set, they did have us do something in the game. I actually received a quest from the Flame to go out and find some cosmetics. Well, when I went and I found the cosmetics, this was the set. I didn't have the diamond wall emblem. I literally just had the armor set stuff. So maybe that diamond wall thing I got from that quest too, and it's in somebody else's inventory and I didn't notice it. But thank you, Keen. I'm not a big fan of Twitch drops because I would rather you give me something to do in your game to get this cool stuff. And, well, you did that this time. Keep it up. Now, let's get down here and look at this roadmap really quick. All right. Okay. Okay, let's take this somewhere where we can make it a little bit bigger. Or not. Okay, so it's just not going to let me look at a bigger picture of this. Yay. And I can't change my zoom. Okay, so we have weather events, base, raid islands. And these are gameplay features. Green's gameplay, blue's content, yellow's vanity, orange's quality of life, building, and social. So we're looking at social features way down here, some building stuff. This is your quality of life. This is your vanity. Here is your content, and here is your gameplay features. Improved night. This is ridiculous. Why does clicking on it not make it bigger? Can't even read this stupid thing. Oh, great. Yeah, because this is so much better. Wow. Thank you, Internet. Like, how the hell is that a 3840 by 3840? That thing is tiny. Okay, cool. We can actually read things now. We have new weather events. We've already gotten that. Base raid islands. Don't know about that. New moving traps. Ooh. Improved shroud. Visuals, locations, and rewards. Improved night. More dangerous. New rewards. This does not need to take effect at our base. Like a more improved night. More dangerous. New rewards. I don't want to have to be sitting here and dealing with crap at my base at nighttime. Let's not do that. Please, let's not do that. New weapon types, an event system, weapon gems customization. Okay. A jukebox. Cool. play music together with NPCs. That would be cool. Enemy patrols. So long as I don't have to deal with them at my base. A water biome. A mountain biome hollow hall. Okay, so Albaneve summits hollow halls. The water biome hollow halls. New farm animals. And for cosmetics, we got new vanity system, or a weapon vanity system. Got to be careful with that, Keen. Coloring station for armor. Nice. A barber NPC. Okay. New vanity clothing. Cool. New character customization options. Awesome. Named pets. Named map markers. Auto collect option. Option to prevent item collections to action bars. That'll be cool. Editable signs. Okay. Kind of wondering why that's not a thing already. A wall decay tool. A first person building camera, which we already got. And free prop rotation, which we already got as well. So that's going to be a lot cooler. A lot of cool stuff. My general reaction to all of this is there's a few things they need to be cautious with, right? Like the improved night, more dangerous enemy patrols running around, weapon vanity system. You got to be careful with that kind of stuff, because if you can make stuff too difficult, too annoying, just too arduous, I kind of like my den. I wouldn't really like if I had to go build a big fortress wall around the whole thing. But all in all, 2 thumbs up. I got 2 thumbs up here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here that I'm not sure what they would improve with it. And from what I'm seeing here, outside of a water biome, like that's the only real major content thing that I see here. Right? Like you got some pretty cool features. That was most of the stuff that I'm excited for, was the features. Like, you know, we get some new hollow halls. Cool. That's kind of expected at this point, right? Since they brought out the hollow halls, each biome has gotten its own. So that's awesome that they're going to continue to do that. But, you know, not necessarily something that's like, oh my gosh, they're doing it. It's like, oh, okay, they're doing it. It's cool. You know, I kind of expected it, right? But this new water biome, like especially if we have to maybe like move around on a boat or engage in some kind of sailing or something, or diving or swimming, that'd be really cool, because so far, you know, we get the only water we have is like that shroud lava stuff. The wall decay tool seems pretty cool. I'll be able to use that to make Mr. Crowley's shack look even more crappy. It's not that I dislike Mr. Crowley. He just seems like he'd be like that kind of necromancer dude living in a shack with a bunch of holes in it. You know what I mean? More building blocks and props is always cool. I mean, there's nothing here that I have a problem with. Just a few things that I'm going to be like, hey, you got to be cautious with it. Now, another thing, any new biomes, any new regions that you bring to us, Keen, please don't do some crap of, oh, hey, you basically need to go reorganize or restructure your base, or, you know, that was the worst thing about Update 4, the Albaneve Summits, was, you know, pretty much they dangle all the stuff in front of you, and then they took some stuff away from you, and they try to force you to engage with content that you wouldn't necessarily want to have to engage with first, because you get a new area, new biome, new enemies, new loot, new stuff. You want to go find it. You want to go explore. You want to see what all that new stuff is. You don't want to necessarily have to like, oh, let's redesign the base so everybody has a bed. That's something I had thought about doing, and if you had given me some kind of incentive to that, I would have engaged with it more readily. I still wouldn't have engaged with it first. I still would explore the new region, check out the new enemies, you know. I'd still do that first. But I wouldn't have felt like you were penalizing me because I hadn't already done that or something like that, you know. Just when you, I don't know, just let us get to the new stuff, right? Just let us get to the new stuff when we're in the new area. But all in all, this is really cool. This is really awesome. There's nothing here that I'm looking at and thinking is bad or a bad decision, or oh no, you shouldn't do that. They're taking Enshrouded and its identity. They're digging down more, giving it more individual character, more unique character, and well, they're just gonna keep on expanding it. A new water biome, though, makes me think that the Albaneve Summits doesn't complete the map, which is kind of disappointing to a degree. I don't know. I'm just ready for Enshrouded to hit 1.0. Now, I didn't see anything in here about console launch dates, right? I didn't see anything in the other update either. So this being an early access roadmap, and you guys said you were aiming within a year, this is what ticks me off about early access games. I already paid you money. You're talking about you're going to give us a game that's worth our money. I've already given you the money. Where's the game that's worth that money? This is a version 0. Because we're still sitting here and they got some other quick updates and changelogs after that. But this is a version 0, right? Right here, version 0. So I've already given you the money. Where's the game? It's already bad enough that we will never truly own your game because it's through Steam and GeForce Now. We're never going to truly own that. And now you're kind of yanking our chain, dicking us around on the release date. I don't like early access games because of this reason. Enshrouded, I thought was going to be a bit different. They're a smaller team, yes, I can understand that, right? But if you're a smaller team, you don't make promises or set goals that are not attainable, right? So this is really disappointing to me that Enshrouded is going to stay in early access for a while yet, but it is what it is. It's still a really great game. I just kind of wish I knew it was going to be staying in early access until 2026, because then my recommendation in my Week in the Life review would have been a bit different. So it is what it is. Yeah, but it's just really disappointing that they're staying in early access for another year. That is excessively disappointing. Like, mood killing, heart sinking, disappointing. But everything that they're talking about doing, everything that they have done, everything they want to continue to do, it gets 2 thumbs up from me, right? Especially this roadmap, like, it gets 2 thumbs up for me. Everything that they're wanting to do, they're wanting to give more character, they're wanting to dig down more, they're wanting to make Enshrouded even better and even bigger. Awesome. 2 thumbs way up. Can we come out of early access, though, please? Thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This was something new, something different. I didn't mean for it to go this long. You guys know me. My first efforts are a little bit longer and a little bit rougher, but they get better over time. I'm going to continue to try to cover like updates and new stuff for various games that I either have played or am going to be playing, just to kind of see if I can't make them a bit better. But I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed going over the roadmap, the patch notes, getting some of my thoughts, feelings on the matter. Please drop a like, share this around, of course subscribe for more, mainly those reviews. Liking and sharing and subscribing is really going to let me know if this is, kind of content that I should keep trying to engage with more, or if maybe I should just kind of keep doing what I have been doing. So let me know. Leave a comment in the section. Leave a comment down below with what you're excited about, if anything, out of all these updates and patches. But most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks, guys. All right, everybody. I went longer than I meant to. It's 2:30. I meant to have been eating lunch about an hour ago, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here rather quickly. I'm not going to do any outro music. Links for the music and the intro are in the description down below, of course, as always. I want to say thank you for coming out. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for tuning into the Alive a Day in the Life review. I didn't mean for that to go an hour, and because that's an hour, I'm probably going to leave that in Alive and not make a breakout video. I might try to edit down the patch notes and other stuff, but if I do, it won't be very much. And I will make sure to be more concise and have a better plan for those in the future, so that way they're not as long. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I got to get to doing some laundry and eating lunch. Bye-bye.